What is he?
Oh no, it's Ragiroth Enterprises!
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the springer. I love to sing about a sky of blue or a
Ragiroth Enterprises.
How's it going, everybody? Ragiroth Enterprises here. So I'm going to do another video talking about Super Smash Brothers. It's been on my mind a lot recently, just with all the awesome news about it. So I'm going to do a couple more videos talking about it. I guess before we get any really big news. So for the first video, I wanted to talk about kind of my personal predictions, and I know like everybody's doing this, but I want to kind of throw my 2 cents in there too on who the remaining, I guess, new characters are being added in the game before DLC, of course. So I kind of split it into 2 lists, mostly because of one potential newcomer that has been kind of rumored by Vergaben, you know, the leaker I mentioned, a lot of people mentioned, that has been basically right for the most part, with this game at least. And that character is Isabelle from Animal Crossing. He mentioned that Simon and Isabelle were going to be in the game. This was after, you know, he mentioned Simon was going to be in way back when. He recently mentioned Isabelle, so it's probably safe to assume she's going to be in, especially because we haven't seen her as an assist trophy. The reason why she's kind of the deciding factor for there being 2 lists is because it's hard to say if she's an Echo or a unique character. Because she sounds, you would think she'd be an Echo. That's what it sounds like to me. It seems weird to kind of add her as a unique character. However, Vergaben seems to really only know about the unique newcomers. He's never leaked Daisy, he's never leaked Chrom, Richter, or Dark Samus. He's only known about the brand new, unique, newcomer characters. The other thing is, I know people have kind of mentioned that Isabelle doesn't have quite the same, I guess, body type as Villager, so that would kind of make it difficult to make her an Echo of him. I don't know. I mean, they're for the most part the same body type. I mean, they're kind of the chibi kind of look. I mean, his head's a bit bigger, but you know. So I'm splitting it 2 lists, and I think there's going to be 4 unique, 4 Echoes. I think it might be a bit much. The reason I'm kind of just basing off that is because Vergaben did say after the E3 reveal of Ridley and Daisy and stuff that there's going to be at least about half a dozen more characters, which would mean 6. So we got 2, I guess. And I'm just kind of going in assuming that he wasn't counting Echoes, regardless if he only knows about Echoes or not. So we got 2 unique characters confirmed from the last Direct. So that would mean so from 6 there'd be 4 more. So 4 unique and just 4 more Echoes, just because, I mean, it's probably safe to say there's going to be, you know, not that, there'll be a more large amount of Echoes anyway, because they're easier to put in. So, alright, here's my lists.
Alright, so for my first list, I have 4 unique characters and 4 Echo characters, if Isabelle is an Echo fighter. So alright, for the first, for the unique character that's coming, I have Geno from the Mario and the 7 Stars, I think that's what it's called. Basically, for those that don't know, Geno has been a requested character for a pretty long time, around probably the same time that Ridley and K. Rool have been requested for. Even though he's technically a Mario character, he's kind of a third-party character, because the game he was in was designed by Square Enix. Now, I think Geno's chances are if there was ever a time, this is it. He's incredibly requested. He got in Smash 4 as a Mii fighter outfit. Sakurai has even expressed interest in wanting to put him in since Brawl. And as people are like, oh, well, you know, the new characters, you know, even if they're requested, they have to be relevant. Well, King K. Rool says hi. Like, he has not been in the game in a while. It's not insulting him, he just hasn't been in the game in a while, which applies to Geno as well. That argument doesn't work against him. I think the only thing standing against Geno is Square Enix itself, because he is a very irrelevant character, and they may not want to advertise him because he's not going to be in the games or stuff. I would like to think they would maybe be nice and kind of do it for all the people that want him, and, you know, since I think Nintendo's paying them for it. And I think the only other obstacle is I could see it being tempting to make him a Mii fighter Echo. I know Sakurai is like, oh, you know, the Mii Gunner is how, or the Mii Gunner Echo The Mii Gunner is how I imagine Gino would play. And like that could just be a way to be like, oh, we'll just make him an Echo Fighter. That's a possibility. I feel like that would be kind of a slap in the face. Because I feel like, yeah, I know like characters like, okay, like Dark Samus and Chrom people wanted, but it's like nowhere near the level of like Gino, not for nearly as long. So I think it's either kind of make him unique or don't put him in. I feel like it's not even a question with him. Other characters, yes, but not even a question. Especially because the Mii Gunners they're Mii fighters, so they have customizable movesets. So it just seems like a very awkward decision. That's what I've heard people say. So I'm just kind of putting it out there. I don't think that would be the case. I think he's either in or he's not in. So for the second choice, I have Skull Kid from The Legend of Zelda. This one was kind of a recent one. There have been, I know like there's this other credible leaker named Laz18 or LOZ18, whatever. He says that Skull Kid is strongly implied to be in, or that he is in, or something like that. And this is also a possibility because we have not seen Skull Kid's assist trophy yet. He was once in Smash 4, and we've not seen him yet. And again, he just may not be shown, or maybe they're just taken out. It seems like a strange one to take out, though. But the other interesting thing is the direct showed that the moon from Majora's Mask is a no assist trophy, and oh my god, is it crazy. And you would kind of think that it would be weird, because they're so strongly associated, Skull Kid and Moon, that like they'd either be together or you would have just kind of kept Skull Kid. I feel like maybe the Moon is sort of a replacement assist trophy for Skull Kid because he's going to be playable. People are like, oh well, what's his final Smash going to be if he doesn't use the Moon? Well, either he'll just use the Moon. I mean, you can do the assist trophy on Great Bay and the Moon's in the background, so that doesn't really mean anything. Or he can use some crazy Majora stuff, like Majora's Wrath or something from the final battle in Majora's Mask. I think Skull Kid, he is requested. I mean, he's not like Ridley, K. Rool, Gino level requested. We're not talking that, but he is pretty requested, and he's from a pretty popular game. And Majora's Mask is like, it's not the most relevant game right now. Obviously, it'll be Breath of the Wild. But it did get a 3D remake not that long ago. Skull Kid is technically in multiple games, and I mean, he wasn't Hyrule Warriors. Legends took him forever to friggin' be added, so he's not that irrelevant. It would just be nice to see a Zelda villain actually get in and actually fight like a Zelda villain. And also helps because Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game, and Skull Kid is a character I would want. I mean, maybe not my most wanted, but I would definitely like him in the game, and I would definitely play as him. It would just be another awesome villain that the game has finally added. So for the third choice, we basically know there's going to be a new Pokemon character. That's definitely a tradition at this point, usually from the newest generation. And I actually have Incineroar. This is for a couple reasons. First of all, Vergaben has also mentioned that there is going to be a new Pokemon. However, it is not Decidueye, not Lycanroc, and not Mimikyu. And he's not wrong with Mimikyu, because Mimikyu is confirmed as a Pokeball Pokemon. Admittedly, I don't really know how likely Mimikyu was, because even though it's incredibly popular, I think because of his body, it would be kind of very awkward or strange or just difficult to make as a fighter. Decidueye, it's a popular Pokemon. However, I think I've heard Rowlet, its first form, is actually more popular, and I think I may have heard in Japan at least, Incineroar is more popular. And also, I have a feeling that maybe they're doing something they did with Pokken, with Greninja and Braixen, because Smash 4 put in Greninja, Pokken put in Braixen, and there's still no sign of Greninja, and it's a weird exclusion, because Greninja's a pretty popular Pokemon and worked pretty well in that game. Or I don't know, maybe Sceptile was the choice over Greninja, because Sceptile fought like a ninja. But I'm just saying in terms of Gen 6 representation, they didn't go with Greninja, but they went with Braixen. Smash 4 just went with Greninja, no Braixen or anything like that. And Braixen was a rare case of the middle form being more popular than the final form. So I'm thinking maybe in this case, Pokken got Decidueye, and Smash Ultimate is going to get Incineroar. I'm more of a Decidueye fan myself. However, I do definitely like Incineroar. I actually picked Incineroar first, or as my starter first, partially because I liked its typing more. I liked its just overall forms more. And I liked that it became a dark type more. Because I usually like the fire starter, I guess, more. Just, Decidueye is just so freaking cool. I would not say no to Incineroar. I mean, I think I would just like him to see. I hope he's not. They don't treat him as just like kind of a wrestler. They treat him specifically as like a dirty, fighting like heel wrestler. Like I want to see him fight like Armor King from Tekken. mostly because I still don't have my Armor King fix in Tekken 7. But I want him to see him fight like that with some like fire moves and stuff. I think that would be really cool. I don't want him to see him like be like a very stereotypical like wrestler character, even though we don't really have that in Smash, I guess. And like, yeah, I mean, as much as I would love to see Lycanroc, I don't think it's happening. I don't think he's the most popular Pokemon in Gen 7. He's my favorite, but and there's still no Rock Pokemon or Earth users or anything in Smash. Well, we have a couple Fire users already, but I don't think it's happening. I would love to be pleasantly surprised, but I think we're getting Incineroar. I would be okay with him. He wouldn't be my favorite character added, but if that's a low point, that's a pretty damn good low point. So then next, this one kind of shares a spot because I can't really decide. I guess for what it's worth, it's an RPG character no matter how you slice it, but I picked either Elma, Isaac, or Rex and Pyra. Elma from Xenoblade X is a character I really want. I don't know how likely she is because I don't know how requested she is. However, she was kind of around for when the roster was being chosen for Smash Ultimate. Xenoblade X was out. She may have been a somewhat popular ballot choice. She's definitely be unique. And Sakurai likes Xenoblade. I mean, I know he's expressed more love for Xenoblade 2. I don't know about X, but I'm sure he at least kind of likes X. I mean, he likes Xenoblade in general. She'd be another female character, really badass one at that. Like I said, I just don't know her popularity, or I guess if they got enough to work with Rex and Pyra. I think that's kind of the deciding factor here. So then for Isaac is actually another character that's been from Golden Sun. Isaac is another character that's been requested for a very long time. Maybe not like K. Rool, Ridley, Geno level, but he's definitely been up there. He was an assist trophy in Brawl and was weirdly taken out of Smash 4. I don't know if that was kind of like who cares about him anymore, so it's not even making an assist trophy, or it just, I don't know, just didn't feel like making him an assist trophy. Maybe they were considering making him playable, but it just didn't happen. So he definitely is their quest backing up, and again, relevancy, as we've seen with King K. Rool, does not matter. And now I would probably argue, if anything, he at least has a bit more relevancy than Geno, just because Golden Sun did have a sequel like not too long ago, kind of somewhat long ago, and he was in it. I mean, he was older. His son Matthew was the main character, so that's a possibility. And then Rex and Pyra, like, they're a really popular choice. Xenoblade 2 is a very requested, overseas game. They'd work perfectly. Sakurai loves Xenoblade 2. Kind of the thing going against them is just, it might have been too damn new. I think if they're not in the base roster, they're like, I am like super confident they're DLC characters. I would welcome them. I want Elma more personally. I actually want Isaac more as well. But I would certainly welcome them. I do see them. I just don't know. It's hard to say because we just don't know what Sakurai knows and what he doesn't, at least at the time of making the roster, how popular they would be. I'd like to say he went with Elma though, but like I said, I don't know. Alright, so yeah, they're the unique choices I have. Alright, so then the Echo characters I have. This one, I never thought I'd be able to say that has a good shot, and it feels really good. Feel confident he's going to be in. But Shadow the Hedgehog, this is one that a lot of people are super confident it's going to be in. Richter being an Echo fighter has definitely made people, and myself included, more confident about it, because I think we all kind of thought that up until this point, a third-party series would never get a second character. And or like a second clone character. It may never get a second unique character, but Castlevania literally was just introduced in Smash Bros. And it already has a second Echo character. And yeah, you could argue, oh well, that's only because they based Simon's moveset off of Richter. So like, oh, why not just put in Richter? Yes, okay, but they still did it. And I mean, the thing is, we still haven't seen Shadow's assist trophy, but we have seen Knuckles. And like I was saying with Skull Kid, this could be a case of them adding a character that was an assist trophy, but kind of finding a character similar or from that series to kind of fill in that void. Shadow, he would physically work the best as an Echo fighter for Sonic. He has done a ton of moves that Sonic has done. All of his moves would translate, and all of his how I guess he is would translate perfectly well in a Sonic's moveset. My one desire and hope is that he's kind of a Chrom situation, where he at least has one or two. I hesitate to say the word unique, but a move at least taken from a character that he's not based off of. Like Chrom got Roy, while he's a Roy Echo, he got Ike's up B, and he actually has a somewhat unique Final Smash. Dark Pit, he totally uses Pit's moves. However, his Final Smash is a recolored version of Zelda and Sheik's. So what I hope for Shadow, the ideal situation, is that he at least has a unique up B, most likely probably from Mewtwo, because, he similar powers Mewtwo, you just use Chaos Control to teleport, boom. And then maybe for one of the stupid spin dashes instead, he could have, I guess maybe the forward one, he could shoot a projectile, probably kind of like Wolf's gun. I don't know if they would do that because it's like a projectile from a gun. And part of the thing with Wolf is that part of his projectile, it's like a up-close attack and a far-range attack at the same time. I've seen some people say that Rob's neutral B, the laser, would actually be the best choice, and I actually agree with that. I think that'd be the perfect choice for Chaos Spear. And him doing a homing attack or a spin dash is totally fine for Shadow. He does those things, I'm not going to argue that. That's fine. In the Final Smash, I would tolerate that being the same. He just goes obviously Super Shadow instead of, Gold and Supersonic. I would be fine with that. I just at least one or two different B moves taken from other characters, and I'm golden. I will use him regardless. Shadow is my favorite Sonic character. I will be absolutely thrilled if he's in, even though I would really have loved him to be a unique or semi-clone character. I totally understand why that would not be plausible, and at this point I would just be grateful for him to be in the game. I would never use Sonic again, but I am pretty confident he is going to be in. At the very least, as a DLC Echo character. Number 2 is Isabelle. Don't really have to get into that, honestly. Echo Villager. Boom, done. She's requested. We haven't seen her as his trophy. Could work, will work as an Echo fighter for Villager, and has been rumored by Vergabent. Someone who's been mostly right. Not a character I really want, but whatever. Then the third one is Dixie Kong. Again, not a character I really want either. I'd really rather have Funky Kong as a Donkey Kong Echo. However, I understand that Dixie is iconic and requested character from Donkey Kong. Not nearly as much as K. Rool, but still requested. Now, obviously, should be an Echo of Diddy. And another evidence supporting this is that he does not have his Diddy color, his Dixie color anymore. And he does not use his tail attacks, which Dixie does not have a tail. So that might be a reason they did that. So yeah, I think she's likely. Again, not a character I want, but whatever. Donkey Kong fans, I guess, deserve it. Now the last one, I had a hard time deciding between, I guess, Ken from Street Fighter, Jean from Bayonetta, and a couple others like Black Shadow, Ninten, and Maskman. However, I'm leaning towards Ken from Street Fighter. I just feel like, I know, it'd be like a third party, like, clone character, but Ken's pretty popular. He's pretty iconic. I ideally would probably pick Akuma more, but I understand why they pick Ken. And I like Ken. He's cool. I definitely like him more than Ryu. And I think they might have even taken out Ryu's red color. I know it wasn't supposed to be a Ken color, but it is weird that just happened they took out the red one. And I know it's not much, but they did have a trophy of him in Smash 4, so they have a model to work with. And I know his theme was like the only other Street Fighter theme in Smash before. And I know they're gonna have more like Vegas theme, thankfully, but even still, it's a shown priority to Ken. He just seems like one of the more likely to me. He's definitely, I think, the least likely on this list, but I think it's still possible. Alright, then the second set of list is if Isabelle is not an Echo fighter, because it seems like Vergamen seems to only know about the unique characters. So, okay, obviously the first one, Isabelle. Second one, Gino, and I also did want to mention, I forgot to mention this before, Simon is also another character that's been requested for a long time, and is not really relevant right now. More relevant than K. Rool and more relevant than Gino, but still not that relevant. So I think it's another point showing that, Gino can be in, and relevancy isn't that big of a deal. And it's like, Simon's another third party, and Gino's a third party too, so again, doesn't have to be relevant. Third one, Incineroar. Fourth one, Skull Kid. Yeah, I'm more confident in those three than I am Elma / Isaac / Rex and Pyra. Alright, now for the Echoes, we got Shadow, of course, Dixie, Ken, no Isabelle should be unique. Now for the fourth one, basically the ones I was kind of deciding between with Ken, I think would be Jean from Bayonetta. I definitely like her. I think, however, Bayonetta still has the Jean color, so I think that's another, that's kind of a reason why I was kind of leaning more towards Ken. Another possible one I would like is Black Shadow from F-Zero. He'd basically, I think, kind of fight like how Ganondorf kind of was in melee, where you kind of have like the kind of the uppercut, the B forward uppercut that kind of the Falcon has. I mean, I think it would be really redundant, because I feel like I would love for Black Shadow to be. He was a character I actually wanted for a really long time. It would be nice for F-Zero to actually have another freaking character. I always kind of thought he would just take Ganondorf's moves, and then Ganondorf would have a unique moveset, but now it just seems kind of redundant. However, yeah, I guess he would be kind of like melee. He would kind of be like the melee Ganondorf. And maybe, I don't know, he'd have something mixed in there. Maybe the unique Final Smash or something. But yeah, I think it's possible, and I would definitely like it. And another one I've seen thrown around a lot is Nintendo for NES. I think it's possible. It's certainly doable, and I think NES deserves one, but I don't know. I think Nintendo's a really boring choice, because he's so similar to NES. To me, he just looks like NES if he was like from France or something. Something weird like that. And another one I've seen thrown around also from other series as well is Masked Man for Lucas. This one I would actually be totally on board with, because Masked Man is another character I've wanted for a very long time. You could basically just replace his stick attacks with his sword. His being up could change to maybe like Meta Knights or something, because he does kind of get wings. But yeah, I don't know how likely they are. I think I'm slightly more confident in John, aside from the Bayonetta color. I would totally love for Black Shadow and Masked Man to be in, though. But yeah, that's, I think, about all for my list. Like I said, I don't know, we could always be getting less than this, especially because I think Laz 18 supposedly said the next Nintendo Direct is going to be in November, which is very close to when Smash 5 comes out. I don't know if they're going to release 4 unique characters and 4 Echo Fighters then, but I think he did say there is a possibility they could always reveal more Smash characters at a date before that. So maybe, like, I don't know, maybe I couldn't really get a clear answer if that was like, he was definitely saying that was the only Direct period there'd be. There could be another Smash Direct till then. There could be like just a video Sakurai releases randomly one day. Or, he could be wrong. I mean, I know he's been right so far. Or, so I'm just kind of going, with what I originally heard from, hearing Vergman say there's, at least half a dozen characters left. That just seemed like, yeah, they've both been right, but I feel like I'm just going off what Vergman said. I think at the very least, if it's not 4 unique characters, it's going to be like 2 or 3 more. That's how I'm feeling. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think these predictions are right? Who do you think are the remaining characters? How many do you think are left? Who do you want to see next? I mean, I'm pretty damn happy with this roster. There's still characters I'd like to see, but it's like, I am totally on board with this roster. I'm totally on board with this game. I kind of just want to see more single-player modes. And I do want to know the rest of the characters. I think Elma, Geno, and Shadow are really the characters I would feel like I really need. I do really want Skull Kid. I mean, I don't know if I need him, but I do really want him still. And yeah, that's about it. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it, dislike it. It's a free country. Subscribe if you like some of my other videos as well. I'd really appreciate it. And as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.